Monday. That's right. It's Monday. We're here. And we got a big episode this, not just a big episode today. I was about to say a big episode this week because really the series this week is going to be super powerful. We're going to dive into a series called Grow Your Business for God's Sake. And I'm going to share a little bit of the story behind that because there's a big story behind that. And then I'm going to break down 7 practical application things that you can do to grow in your business or to grow your business. So we're going to do a little bit of that this week. Jessica and Alex are going to join us. I think Evan's going to join us this week. I think Brandon, we'll see Brandon on TikTok Tuesday. We've also got some old footage that we're going to bring back up, some old footage of the day that I quit my job 4 years ago. We're going to look at that a little bit as well. That and so much more. It's going to be an incredible day. Thank you so much for joining me right here on GM3X. Let's dive in because it's time to rise and grind. Welcome to GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to 1, a father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Elite Club. I hope you're ready for motivation, education, inspiration, celebrity interviews, and thought-provoking conversations because it's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday. That's right. Today is Monday, October 17th, 2022. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be October 17th, 2022. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most. And I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Hey, today is a special day for me. That's right. Today is a special day for me because it marks 4 years since my family began on an entrepreneurial journey. Now, technically, it was 4 years, 2 days ago, but we don't do shows on Saturday. So today, 4 years and 2 days ago, my wife and I began our entrepreneurial journey. And for those of you that are watching the live production, and for those of you that are in Clubhouse, I would suggest clicking the link and jump to the live production. You can see a video that I made from a Las Vegas hotel room. And this video was made exactly 2 days after I left. And I made this video because I tried to leave quietly. I went out the back door. I didn't even pack my stuff after making a decision to leave the dealership. And so I tried to leave quietly, but a bunch of people there was a lot of rumors going around. There was a lot of rumors of why I was no longer with this organization. I was the face of the organization for the longest time. And so people didn't understand. And so I had to go live because my wife called me. And she was really upset because people were just making crap up. And so I went live and I explained in a video, which is right here, very emotional, in tears with thousands of people watching live. It was insane. And I explained exactly why I decided to leave my job. Now, since then, it's been 4 years of creating, right? 4 years of testing and making moves and really a lot of mistakes. It's been 4 years of growth, 4 years of learning, 4 years of stress at times. And I think the best way to describe it is it's kind of been like a man. I want you to picture a man or a woman standing next to a light pole in the middle of a tornado. That'd be the best way to describe it. Just picture a man or a woman standing next to a light pole in the middle of a tornado, and there's all kinds of things going on around. And every once in a while, you got to grab onto the light pole, and you're holding on for dear life. And then there's certain times where your feet are on the ground, and you feel confident, and you're just looking around, and you can see all of the things spinning around you. And then there's other times where you're hanging onto the light pole, and your legs are like up in the air. You're like about to get sucked into the vortex of the storm, right? And that's kind of what it's been like for the last 4 years. It has been both awesomely rewarding and insanely challenging. It has been an absolute blessing, and it's been a curse. You know, there's an old saying, it says, it is both a blessing and a curse to feel everything so very deeply. And that's what this journey really is. It's a labor of love. So 4 years and 2 days ago, after I decided to go on this journey, one day I was at home and my wife laid down to take a nap. It had been, I guess we were a couple months in. And so my wife laid down to take a nap, and I said, okay, you take a nap. I've got to go build some trainings. So I went into, we were in our home on Squires Point Road at that point. And so I went into the little kitchen area where we had a table, and I sat down and I opened up my laptop, and I was getting ready to put together a training, right, for some people in the automotive space. And when I went to start this training, out of nowhere, I typed these words: grow your business for God's sake. And I was like, well, what the heck is that? Right? Like, where is that coming from? Grow your business for God's sake. And so, being a writer, I just decided to start flowing with that sentence, right? So I began to flow. And fast forward, however long my wife took a nap, I think it was 2 hours, 2.5 hours, however long it was. In that amount of time, I outlined an entire 12-chapter book. Every chapter, every segment of the chapter, I literally outlined the entire thing in 2.5 hours, to where when my wife came back from the nap, I said, how was your nap, babe? She said, it was great. She said, how was your time? I said, well, I outlined an entire book called Grow Your Business for God's Sake. And my wife was like, wait a minute, hold on. I just took a nap and you just wrote a book? I'm like, yeah, honey, I don't believe I wrote the book. I believe that the book, like, it just was channeled through me, right? Because, I mean, it happened so fast. It was crazy. And then the very next day, I interviewed a guy named Steve Brewster. Steve Brewster is an incredibly amazing spiritual multi-millionaire out of the Nashville, Tennessee area. And I interviewed Steve Brewster on my show the very next day. And right after, immediately after interviewing him on my show, I got a phone call from a gentleman in Nashville, Tennessee, who ran a huge church. And he said, man, I'm looking for a way to talk to the business owners in Nashville and let them know that it's okay to grow your business. He said, a lot of times in the church, when we talk about money and we talk about God at the same time, it gets crazy. He said, so you can help me with that, because you and Steve you're both successful people, and you're talking about being successful and you're talking about God at the same time. So will you come down here and I'll give you my church? I mean, literally, this is a huge, huge church down in Nashville, Tennessee, right? Huge mega church. He says, if you'll come down here, I'll give you my church and you can hold an event down here. And I said, oh, really? Okay. All right. Well, what if we had an event and we called it Grow Your Business for God's Sake? And he was like, yeah, bro, that's it right there. That's what I'm talking about. And so I invited my friends. I invited Brian Benstock and Lisa Copeland and Shaka Dyson and Danelle Delgado, a guy named Frank Lopes, Steve Brewster himself. And the seven of us, we held this amazing event. There was about 400 people that showed up in Nashville, Tennessee, and we worshiped, we sang, we talked business. Sharon Lecter was there also. Sharon Lecter, we did some giveaways, like we gave away money for charities. We raised money for charities, right? We did all these amazing things at this event. It was crazy. And then at the end of this event, this was a multiple day event, and At the end of the event, my daughter, Savannah, came up to me and she said, Dad, I want to get baptized. And so my daughter got baptized as 400 people watched at an event that was sparked by these words that were written that were typed into a computer when I wasn't even going to do that. But these words, grow your business for God's sake. That's it. Just one sentence on a piece of paper led to the interview, led to the connection. Or I'm sorry, it didn't lead to the interview, then the connection, then the event. And then my daughter got baptized. It was like the whole thing was choreographed so my daughter could have this massive baptism. It was crazy. Then from there, COVID hit, and then we had another Grow Your Business for God's Sake event in Lexington, Kentucky. That was incredible. And then now, my friend Tamara Andrus is having another Grow Your Business for God's Sake event, November 3rd through 5th. It's coming up. It's next month, like 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away will be the third Grow Your Business for God's Sake event. Again, it's happening down in Nashville. Tamara's got an incredible lineup of superhumans that are going to be there, including myself. Not that I'm an incredible superhuman, but you know what I mean. And so November 3rd through 5th, I would love to see you down in Nashville, Tennessee. Go to growforgod.com to get your ticket. Growforgod.com. You can put that link at the top over there on Clubhouse if we don't mind. But I share this because all of this was sparked from one sentence. Now, the book, however, is still waiting to be written. We outlined the whole sucker in 2.5 hours. Here it's been 4 years, and we haven't written the book. Now, we've had some amazing events, which is incredible, but the book still got to get written. That's got to happen. And so this week, you're actually going to help me with that. This week, you're going to help me write this book. You see, our shows, this week on the shows, I am going to break down the main components of the book, right? I'm going to give you like the little cliff notes. I'm going to break down the main components of the book. And then through your feedback and me teaching the book, it's going to help us get like clarity to be able to put this book together. Because see, in the book, in the outline, there are 7 main areas that I believe you need to focus on in order to grow and scale your business to epic proportions, to grow and scale your business or grow and scale in your business, right? 7 main areas. 7 main areas that if you can attack these, you can create something currently seemingly impossible. And those 7 areas are environment, marketing, training, something that I call corporate family values, self-development, loving people, and loving God. I believe a combination of those 7 components, I witnessed with a combination of those 7 components, you can grow your business 800%. I know it because I experienced it. I did it. I lived it. I was a part of it. Those 7 pieces. And so we're going to dive into those 7 pieces this week, get some clarity on what exactly that looks like, how you can put it all together so that you can either grow your business or grow in your business. That one will be up to you. All right, we're going to dive into that. Before we do, though, you know what we got to do on this show? That one always starts. There we go. I like that better. You're a superhuman, Michelle McLean. Thanks for your help this week. All right. You know what you got to do, buddy. Let's go. Come on. You missed one. How'd you miss one, Tina? It's environment, marketing, training, corporate family values, self-development, love people, and love God. All right, get those bodies in motion. Let's go. I got to be like a little calm on the mic because it's still doing something weird today. If I get too loud, it'll cut off my music. And if I it'll cut off the music going to the clubhouse room. We don't want that, all right? So I'm not going to yell too much at you, all right? But this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button, all right? I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. Just share it out. Those of you that are on Clubhouse, click the link at the top. Come join us on the full production over on Facebook. You can see us live and in person. I got videos and screenshots and like all kinds of crazy stuff. It's awesome. I think we have 46 shots for today's show. All right. So make sure you come join us over there. And then of course on Clubhouse, share this out as well. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching this live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'm going to say what's up back. All right. And my hair is a mess. We're going to have to get a haircut today. All right, Tarika Simmons, good morning. How you doing, Sol Salcido? Kevin Bailey's in the building. What's up, Robin Wilshans? How you doing, Scott Fisher and Alicia Watts? The Queen, Renee Knorr, is in the building. Great to see you, Renee. Hopefully I'll see you in Atlanta next week. Don Sankey's in the building. Kimberly Hatfield, Bella Rigby's up in here. TM Hyman, what's up? The world's greatest mentor. That's right. Carrie Lynn Carter in the building. Robin Price is up in here. A day is in the building. Great to see you. Megan DiMartino, my friend Liza Myers-Borges. Great to see you, Liza. We've got Paige Cross in the building. We also have Tom Popelka. Mindy's up in here. How you doing, William? My guy, John Paul Guidry, is in the building. Great to see you, sir. Fiona, I'm so glad you're here. Jackie and Jackie are in the building. What's up, Travis? How you doing, Don Sankey? Maria's up in here. Cheryl Lynn, we've got Jimmy, we've got Andrew, we've got Andy. Brown Nicholas is in the building. Donna Hayes is up in here as well. Vicky Everett, Gail B. Craft, the Twang sisters up in the building. Hey, you guys might want to start thinking about twanging people for Christmas. I'm just saying. Wendy's in the building. My friend Stephanie Toadvine is up in here. Pamsky and Dr. Jamesia, thank you all so much for joining me right here on GM3X, your daily morning show, bringing you motivation, education, inspiration, celebrity interviews, and thought-provoking conversations. I got a couple co-hosts that help me with this show, the Good News Girls. They want to pop in here real quick, and then we're going to dive into environment. That's the one we're going to talk about today as we discuss this week the 7 key elements that I believe if you put together, you can grow your business or grow in your business to levels you never possibly imagine. Sound fair? Sounds fair. Let's go. Where are we at? Good News Girls. Come on.
Brandon, do you know where Alex even went? I'm ready to get started. Alex! Ah! Hey, I have good news for you. Okay, there's a teenager in Virginia.
Okay.
And he's taking a spooky approach to raise money. So, he is taking glass jars.
Okay.
And he wanted to think of a way to like not have so much glass in the landfill. So he took glass jars and he makes them into mummy decorations. And then he sells the jars for $10 a piece. And then all of the money that he gets from selling the jars goes to feed the hungry.
Stop.
Yeah, he donates all of the money. It's called Mummies for Mouths.
And how old was he?
He was 16 last year when he started it. He raised over $6,000 last year, and this year he's hoping to, make a lot more.
Holy cow!
Isn't that
That's
cool?
awesome.
He's only 16. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was not helping people at 16.
No,
So
he's helping the environment. He's feeding people. He's
how
making
thoughtful.
cool decorations. Yeah, he's
That
awesome.
is so sweet. I bet. I don't know. I can't predict the future, but I bet he does something around Christmas too.
Yeah,
If
that's
he's
a good
doing
idea.
something cool at Halloween, oh my gosh, that's
Yes.
so cute.
So if you guys want to buy one, it's called Mummies for Mouths. You can look it up and buy one for yourself.
I'm gonna have to do it myself. So
Yeah.
there's your random act of kindness.
Yeah, there we go.
2
All
in
right.
1, baby.
We'll see you all later.
Have a good day.
Bye.
So listen, times have changed, right? Times have changed. The environment people work in and do business in must change and evolve as well. The environment has to change and evolve with the times. If times have changed, the environment that we have our people working in, or the environment that we have our people purchasing and doing business in, must change as well. You see, in today's day and age, more than ever, people want to be in environments that feel alive. Like everything from the music that you're playing to the layout of the facility, to the type of furniture that you have in there, to the screens that you have on the wall and what you have on those screens, all of these things matter. All of these things matter. They all contribute to your environment. See, sometimes I go out into dealerships. I'll go out into dealerships and they're looking for some solutions and some strategies and so on and so forth. And sometimes I got to tell them, like, here's one of the solutions that will help you right now. I need you to fix the sink that has been broken in your bathroom for how many years? And they always know what I'm talking about. They're like, what are you talking? Like, they're like, oh man, yeah, we've been meaning to fix that. I'm like, those tiles that are all nasty up in the corner of that one office, I'm gonna need you to do something about those. Right? They're like, oh man, the tiles in the ceiling, how does that help me sell more? And I'm like, look, dude, how you do anything is how you do everything. So when your employees see stuff half-ass done around the facility, guess what? They think they can do their job at half-ass as well. Listen, man, environment is everything. That's why we're starting here. If you want to grow your business or grow in your business, it starts by taking a good hard look at the environment. And that's everything from sounds to smells to sights. All of these things, they affect productivity. They affect the energy of the people that are in the room. I've recently been looking for biggest office space. You maybe have seen in some of my posts on social media, there's some construction going on and we're looking to expand our company. And as I was recently on that hunt, I went to a really nice big office space not far from where I am right now. And so I went and looked at it. And as I walked around in this office space, it was nice. The layout was perfect. But there was one thing I noticed. Everyone else in the building, like the place was just dead. It was dead. Like there was doctor's offices, real estate offices, but there was zero freaking energy, dude. Like it just felt like that's how it felt. Stale. And they wanted a lot of money, and I'm spending a lot of money on an office space. But dude, this place was dead. And so I'm like, no, thank you. Like, I want you to think about it for just a second. Where would you rather go? Would you rather go to Miami? Come on now, welcome to Miami. Would you rather go to Miami or do you want to go to Paducah, Kentucky? I'm just saying, which one? For those of you that are watching the full production, you can see the difference. Do you want to go to Miami, city of lights and entertainment that's all alive, or do you want to go to Paducah that looks like a ghost town, everything's rusted out? Would you rather, and I don't care whether you're a big city person or a small city person, the same applies to all of you, trust me. Do you want to go to New York City that feels alive and energetic, or would you rather want to go to Millersburg, which is a little town that is dying not too far from here, right? Do you want to go to the dying town or do you want to go to the living town? Would you rather, here, maybe I'll break it down for you this way. Would you rather go to the ocean filled and teeming with life? Would you rather go to the ocean and swim in the ocean, or would you rather go swim in a nasty, still pond covered in mosquitoes and all that stuff? Which one would you rather do? Which one would you rather swim in? Do you want to swim in the ocean, or do you want to swim in the nasty pond filled with mosquitoes? Or I can break it down for you even easier. If you're looking for somewhere to eat, okay? You're going out. You're like, we're going to go out to eat. We're going to go to a restaurant. And maybe we're in a different town, a different place than we normally go to, or even a place that we do normally go to. When you go to the restaurant, if you pull into the restaurant and would you rather eat at a restaurant that there's 0 people, like there's not a single car in the parking lot, or do you want to go to a restaurant that's filled with cars in the parking lot? Now listen, there's going to be a longer wait. There's going to be a longer wait. There's going to be a line. You can get into that other restaurant nice and easy. You can walk right in. You'll be the only person there. They'll serve you. You'll get your food right away. Do you want to go to the one with the empty parking lot, or do you want to go to the one with the full parking lot? You see, this is the reality of the situation. The environment matters so much when it comes to growing your business and growing in your business. And a lot of times we neglect this particular piece. It doesn't evolve as fast as other things. Maybe we're looking for technology that we can use. We're looking for social media strategies. We're looking for a content strategy. When sometimes we just need to look around and go, okay, wait a minute. Maybe I'm still sitting in the same exact environment I was 15 years ago, and that's probably why I haven't gotten where I want to go. You see, the environment must be filled with life. The environment must be filled with activity. The environment must be filled with energy. The environment must be filled with flow, right? Like when I was running the dealership, when I was still in the retail space and had the honor of working with Josh Cummins and some amazing people, when I had the opportunity to run that dealership, we chose to get rid of all the cubicles and go to an open floor. We decided to go to an open floor. We had open tables. And one of the things that we trained our people right out the gate is when you're the first person in with a customer, you sit right in front of the sales tower. And when you're the next person to bring a customer in, you sit right next to that table. And when you're the next person to bring the next customer in, you sit right next to that table. Don't have one person in one far left corner and another person in the far right corner and another person hiding around the little thing. No. Let's stack them. Good morning, Sarah Ball. Glad you're here. Let's stack them. Let's bring the people together, energy and flow. And they're like, oh, but what about the privacy of the customer? The customer doesn't want no stinking privacy. The customer wants to feel like they got an amazing emotional experience. They want to feel something alive, baby. They want to feel energy. That's what they want. So we have to create that for them. Activity, energy, flow. These things matter. The music that we had in the showroom, we used to listen to a station called K-Love. If you haven't heard of K-Love, I highly suggest if you run a business, or are in a business where you have control of what's going through the speakers, put on K-Love. K-Love is defined, the station is Positive Encouraging K-Love. That's the name of the station. And guess what? There's no cussing. There's no sex, violence. There's no politics. There's no commercials. There's none of that. It's positive and it's encouraging. And when people are in a positive, encouraging environment, guess what? They make positive and encouraging decisions, like deciding to do business with you. It's awesome. Listen, you want to create an environment where there's celebrations, man, where there's people clapping and cheering, right? Where people are excited, where they're moving to the beat, they're dancing to the music, right? And whether you're the creator, the business owner, or the createe, a person in it, you can create these things. Maybe you got to throw some headphones on while you're at work and put the right tunes in your ear. Maybe the company ain't doing it for you, so you need to do it for yourself. Listen, this whole thing, it all starts with the environment. We create environments in my company and companies I've worked for and had the opportunity to lead. We create environments of celebration, not of degradation, not of pointing out all the flaws and the things that you've done wrong. No, an environment of celebration. Now, why do we do that? I'm going to give you a perfect example that you can hopefully understand. If any of you have kids out there, how do you teach your kids to potty? How do you potty train your kids? Do you potty train your kids by beating them every time they have an accident? Or do you potty train your kids by celebrating them every time they get it right? My son Fisher, man, I remember Fisher going through potty training, and he was lucky because he had a whole parade of kids before him. So every time he would go potty, we would line up outside the bathroom like a parade, right? And we'd cheer, woo, Fisher went pee-pee in the potty, yeah! Woo, Fisher went pee-pee in the potty! And guess what? When we created that energy, Fisher went pee-pee in the potty energy, guess what? He wanted to go pee-pee in the potty again. If you're a leader in your organization, you're not celebrating your people, oh my gosh, you're missing out on all of it. Celebrate their wins, man. Have a ticker-tape parade. Every single day, there should be celebrations going on in your business. Every single day, you should find ways to celebrate. If you're working for someone else, if you're working as a part of an organization, dude, celebrations daily are key to massive growth. Massive. It's inherent. It's in us. From the very beginning. Fisher went pee-pee in the potty. Your parents did that for you at one point. So listen. The environment with which your customers do business and the environment with which you work in, the environment with which you are creating for others, that environment matters far beyond anything that you can possibly imagine. And so you're going to have to be the catalyst for that. You got to lead it, okay? You got to be the catalyst. Here's what catalyst means if you don't know. By definition, catalyst means a substance that increases the rate of a chemical reaction without itself undergoing any permanent chemical change. And it also means a person or thing that precipitates an event. I need you to be the person or thing that precipitates the event. I also need you to be the person that increases the rate of chemical reaction. You create the energy. That organization that you work for, that you work in, or that you are creating is ultimately a reflection of you. Don't be an old school, stale, has-been, fuddy-duddy. Because that's not what you are. What you are is a magnificent child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And that God made you to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Part of being the best version of that you can possibly be is by making sure that your environment has evolved with the times and is conducive of breathing life and energy into you, into your people, into your customers. And when you do that, you too can grow 800%. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show today. We're going to dive in this week. You're going to help me as we put together the Grow Your Business for God's Sake book that I wrote 4 years ago, outlined 4 years ago, but haven't written. So I'm going to teach the principles to help me understand them better. You're going to give me feedback. Speaking of feedback, we're going to go over to Clubhouse to do that feedback right now. If you're watching live, come join me on Clubhouse. We're going to have a discussion about today's episode of GM3X. If you're watching later, you can always go to the Breakfast with Champions room. It's there till 1 o'clock Eastern time over on Clubhouse. And of course, if you've missed that time as well, just make sure you come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m., because we're going to do this all over again on GM3X. Feel me? Feel me. Get out there. Have an amazing day. See ya.
Every day I wake up is a blessing and a challenge. Ain't no stressing, I just manage. Steady building up my balance. I've been trusted with these talents to use to my advantage, to expand my vantage and level up my status. I got a calling, I feel like Solomon. Forever we ballin', for heaven I'm conquering, and I'm going all in. Whether I got 5 talents or 1, I'm gonna make it multiply until you tell me well done, well done. I don't do no stressing. Know you see me flexing, yeah, praise is my weapon. I'm just reaching for my blessings, stretching, reaching for my blessings. Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake. See me winning cause I got faith in God's grace. I've been putting in overtime, I've been working all day. Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake. just to be the best version of myself. Make the world better when I've left and build generational wealth. Teaching your lessons, leave an impression. Increase my investments, keep reaching for your blessings. We rise, evolve, and pack together. Out here building bridges, stretch it to the max. Ain't about my father's business. Certain I've been working daily on my grind, put it in overdrive, cause it's time to grow for God. I don't do no stressing. No, you see me flexing. Yeah, praise is my weapon. I'm just reaching for my blessings.
Yes, sir. 27 years.
Reaching for my blessings. Know your business for God's sake. For God's sake. Know your business for God's sake. See me winning cause I got faith in God's grace. See me winning cause I got God's faith. I've been putting in overtime. I've been working all day. Grow your business for God's sake. For God's sake. Stressing because I know no weapon is ever gonna prosper or keep me from my blessings. You giving me a message and answered all my questions. Living life abundant so I don't do recessions. Faith without works is dead and I've been doubling up. I got a lot to give, the numbers I'm running them up. It's your good and faithful servant with a 5 talents or 1, and I'm gonna multiply until you tell me well done, well done. I don't do no stressing. Know you see me flexing, yeah, praise is my weapon. I'm just reaching for my blessings. Stretching, reaching for my blessings. Know your business for God's sake, for God's sake. Know your business for God's sake. See me winning cause I got faith in God's grace. See me winning cause I got God's faith. I've been putting in overtime. I've been working all day. I've been working overtime. Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake.